Yo, what's up, everybody? This is Super Ninja Austin back here with another video. And yeah, I'm back in the red for now. But yeah, you'll see me in the blue very soon with my surprisingly Super Ninja Austin wrestler custom-made wrestling costume. But that's gonna be later on in the evening of this lovely Hallows Eve day. And I don't say it's Hallows Eve, I'll say Hallow Neve, I should say, if that makes sense. That's Halloween and afternoon put together. But enough of all of the jokes and the nicknames for the holiday. But we're going to be talking about the latest wrestling news, and it's episode 97 of the SNA podcast. And we're going to be talking about the wildest wrestling news stories and rumors you need to know. This is my part. I'll say part 27 of the wrestling news, and we're going to be talking about that on the wrestling news articles from Wrestle Talks into their daily wrestling news articles. We're going to be starting off with we got some backstage reactions to the Creed brothers and Ivy Nile on their Raw debut with the former NXT Tag Team Champions Julius and Brutus Creed made their WWE main roster debut on last night's October episode of Monday Night Raw. Okay. The Diamond Mine duo, alongside Ivy Nile, accepted open challenge of the Alpha Academies, Chad Gable and Otis, on the show. The Creeds picked up the win in their debut, pinning Otis after any impressive feats of strength during the match. The match was very well received online by fans, and to no surprise, that feeling was shared among those in the company. On Fightful Select, subscription required, those within WWE that were spoken to said to be very happy with the Creeds and Ivy following the show. And it was reported prior to the show that the Creeds would be called up to the main roster. Following their appearance on last night's show, the Creed brothers are set for a tables, ladders, and scares match against Humberto Carrillo and Angel Garza on tonight's NXT Night 2 Halloween Havoc show, which may end up being the last match on the brand. And do you think it's going to be the last match on to NXT tonight on Night 2's Halloween Havoc? Halloween. And speaking of Halloween, I want to wish y'all a happy Halloween, even though I should have waited later onto the video. But yeah, who do you think is going to win? And do you think it's going to be the Creed brothers' last match? We see. Do you think do you think it's gonna be their last match and Los Lotharios gonna beat them? Y'all let me know down in the comments below. But yeah, I'm gonna make a video of the SNA podcast about the Halloween Havocs, and I'm gonna show you my costume. My surprising costume that I made is a custom-made Super Ninja Austin. You guys need to watch it to the very end. But yeah, we're gonna move on. Oh, excuse me. We're gonna move on to the next news. Is it's some AEW news now. As AEW name blames wrestlers leaking spoilers for frustrating creative decisions. And it says right here in WWE, in AEW name has weighed in Tony Khan's creative process, including reports that creative decisions are being made on the day of the show. Earlier, a quote from Dave Meltzer from the Wrestling Observer Radio today was being shared online, where whereby Meltzer says, if if you follow AEW, you know that a lot of stuff is being decided at much later periods than previous guys are getting their information on what they're doing later, and decisions are being made later. There is time, the day of the show, same same times you don't even know what the plans are. It's almost at it's almost it's almost at times like we used to talk about WWE, which is also very frustrating for talent. A lot of guys have he said a lot of guys have a lot of input on what they are going to or whether what they are doing, but they don't really know a long term direction. So they are doing stuff and they're coming up with ideas. But when you don't really know exactly a long term direction, you're you are kind of coming up with ideas week by week too. You don't know where the ultimate thing is, and maybe the ultimate thing hasn't even been decided. So that's one of the reasons that the show are like the show are if you use if you use this transcription or any por- portions of it, please credit Russell Talking. Okay, with it, ROH board member and trusted AEW backstage name Jerry Lynn weighed in with the with the rational. I mean, not rational. The rational of why that's happening. And it said framing the comment, though the lens of the desire to protect the fans' ability to see the creative product without having had it being spoiled in, in advance due to leaks the legendary Jerry Lynn has had that Jerry Lynn had thought to share. Lynn wrote in response to the quote being shared on Twitter. He said, because wrestlers and God knows who else have and continue to leak info to the to the sheets to the sheets podcast, like etc, etc. So Tony tries to keep things confidential. You wouldn't to know want to know everything before you see a movie. Anyway, anyone who leaks info is damaging damaging to the product and the industry. He would go he would go on to clarify when a fan compared wrestlers to actors, need, needing to know the full script. And it says right here, saying that part was referring to the fans attending the movie, not the actors. That part was referring to the fans attending the movie, not the actors. And one situation that that seems to that seems to have been affected, like, and it says right here, by some creative uncertainties. Uncertainty is that regarding the AEW World Tag Team Champions and the Young Bucks, whose planned match against FTR for Full Gear looks to no longer be the plans, as FTR instead dropped the AEW World Tag Team Championships to Big Bill and Ricky Starks. And it says right here, yeah, it looks like that those plans were happening because due to leaks from either wrestlers. Was in the company trying to leak plenty of stuff online, which that probably was not a good idea for them to do because you do not spoil anything unless the days come when you're putting on the show, and hopefully these particular wrestlers or staff members that's leaking stuff online learn not to be doing this, because it's like putting on them. It's like when directors putting on. It's like the directors and the producers making a movie, and someone like the actors or the cameraman or whoever or anybody in the staff and in the shooting in Hollywood will start look like they'll be posting that online. Like what's the whole point of the movie? What's the ending of the movie? Spoiling it. Like, which I agree on that analogy from the AEW producer and Tony Khan himself. But what you thought about this on the wrestling news? Y'all let me know down in the comments below. And hopefully they'll stop doing this, because there won't be change of plans. And it says real story of Bryan Danielson's AEW injury revealed. The real story of orbital bone recently suffered by Bryan Danielson, which may keep him out for the rest of the year, and it says has been revealed in a promo on the October 28th episode of AEW Collision. Claudio Castagnoli stated that Bryan Danielson has suffered a broken orbital bone, giving a storyline angle of the injury being caused by Kazuchika Okada and or Orange Cassidy dur- during a tag team match on the October 25th episode of AEW Dynamite. However, in reality, Bryan Danielson suffered the injury on October 21st, episode of AEW Collision in his match against Andrade El Idolo. While he was able to wrestle on the following episode of AEW Dynamite, teaming with his Blackpool Combat Club teammate Claudio Castagnoli in a in a in a main event tag match against Okada and Cassidy. He has since been added to the injury list, and it says, according to Dave Meltzer, was able to clarify the timable of the event in the latest episode of the Wrestling Observer Daily Update, writing regarding the story earlier today by Justin Barrasso of Sports Illustrated, that the injury to Bryan Danielson actually took place against Andrade on Collision, and not in the ring, and not in the tag team match, not in the ring in the tag team match last Wednesday. We've been told that that is accurate. It is accurate that would mean he actually would worked a match on Wednesday with the injury, and his selling at the end was planned to use the injury in storyline to involve Orange Cassidy and Kazuchika Okada. No word on how long Danielson will be out of action, but they were originally hopeful that the injury wouldn't require surgery. Like, speaking on Wrestling Observer Radio, Brian Alvarez and Dave Meltzer share further details on the injury, saying Bryan Danielson was in fact not hurt last Wednesday, but he was hurt in the Andrade match the Saturday before, and went into last Wednesday's match with a broken orbital bone. And then and this is what Meltzer had to say. He went in with a black eye. They didn't know how serious it was, but obviously he worked on it, and they shot the angle to take him out during the match. And then it said, it also stated, so the injury took place at, when they bonked their heads. It was a total basically a fluke, just one of those things. Wasn't like he got hit too hard or anything. Andrade was doing doing a spinning elbow, and Danielson's head was in one place, and his head was in a place, and they bumped heads. And then, and it says right here, if you use this transcription or any portion of it, please credit I'll say me. Sports Illustrated reported that he is likely to to be out of for the rest of the year through he could return. Hey Birdie, hey, not again in a place, and they bonked heads. I'm not bonked. Sports Illustrated. I was reading the wrong thing. My bad. Sports Illustrated that he is likely to be out of the rest of the year through though could return for AEW's like World's End uh, on December 30th, and it says if he is healthy enough to be so. The report would also note that another priority for Danielson is a career highlight match against Kazuchika Okada at New Japan Pro Wrestling's annual Wrestle Kingdom 18 on January 4th, 2024. And when do you think Bryan Danielson's going to make his long-awaited return? Is it going to be in December 30th, which will be 2 months from now? Or do you think it's going to be in January? Which y'all let me know down in the comments below. I would love to hear or see him wrestle Okada in Wrestle Kingdom for New Japan Pro Wrestling, if Danielson is healthy and clear enough to compete, of course. And also, it's been reported that this injury occurred during his match against Andrade a week and a half ago in Saturday. So this injury wasn't sustained like they announced it was. When him and Claudio Castagnoli took on Kazuchika Okada and Orange Cassidy. But that wasn't the case. It was already a broken orbit bone. He was just he already had that. Even though he was wrestling the match, and they just made it into a storyline that was because of either Okada and or Orange Cassidy. But that was not the real reason why the orbital bone wasn't broken. But we're gonna see, and we're gonna keep up to date on when is Danielson's return is gonna be, according to these articles and sources. But yeah, sound off in the comments when you think he's gonna return into the ring. Hopefully it's very soon. But okay, we got some more WWE news now. Or back to more WWE news. It says WWE star welcomes their fifth child, and then it says right here, Carl Anderson and his wife, Christine Allegra, yeah, I guess Christina Allegra. And this is not tongue tie Aguilera. This is Carl Anderson's wife, Christine Allegra, and it said have welcomed their new baby to the world on October 30th, 2023. The couple now have their fifth children, all boys, with Coast Rocky Allegra, like being the latest uh, addition, I should say, to the family, and the Lego shared the arrival on Instagram along with the message, "Welcome to the world, Coast Rocky Allegra," and it says weighing in at weighing in at 10 weighing in at 10 pounds and 9 ounces, and he's like, "Woohoo, Daddy, for changing his first diaper," and it said, "You're you're big," and it says, "Your big brother were so happy to see you today. You've completed our family of 7 and kept mommy as queen of the Allegra household. So much love for you." The the photo of Anderson, real name Chad Allegra, changing the diaper can be seen below this wrestling news. The there there would be outpouring of congratulations in the comments with Impact Wrestling's G, uh, Gis, Gissel saw noting noting that they were birth twins, and then Mackenzie Mitchell and Brian Miles, Becky Lynch, Mercedes Monet would be among the many who shared their congratulations, and it says, and congratulations too. And what do you think about this latest? And there's the photo of the former Raw Tag. Okay, I'm glad to take him out right now. And there's the photo. And there's the photo of Carl Anderson with his newborn baby, like that. Yeah, where she was born yesterday, I should say, or maybe last night. I don't know, like what the time was. I know it was the 30th. But anyway, what you thought about that of Carl Anderson, aka real name Chad Allegra? Yeah, that's what his name is. Y'all let me know down in the comments below. I want to give a huge congratulations on him and to his wife bringing into the world another child into the family. But we'll move on to the next more news now. It's some Randy. We got some NXT star dubbing dubbed young Randy Orton has such a bright future, and it says right here, Mr. Stone has been a manager since his return to WWE in 2019, but makes his in-ring return at NXT at NXT Halloween Havoc Night 2 on tonight's edition in October 31st, 2023. He will be familiar to Impact Wrestling fans as Robbie E, where he has a former TNA World Tag Team champion as part of the bromance with Jesse Goddard ahead of his match against Braun Breaker. Stone spoke with to PW Insider about the NXT star that reminds him of Randy Orton saying, "You know, he he just was on the Bachelorette Kyle Dixon. I I don't know if you're familiar with him. He's he's performed on NXT Level Up, and he offered a baseball deal and turned it down to come here to be part of NXT. I think he has so much potential. He said he reminds me of the way that he moves and talks, and his swag. He reminds me of like a young big comparison here, but almost like a young Randy Orton. And I just think he has so much to him. He has such a bright future ahead of him. I think and him. I think I think me and him would click really well. I think he's the man. I've told him this. I told him this, and I think, yeah, like down the line, I'd love to work with him. Dixon made his NXT debut at a house show in November 2024, not 2022, facing Tank Ledger. Kyle Dixon really named Caleb. I mean, Kale Dixon, real name Caleb Bargar, Balgar, joined WWE as a part of the class of August 2022. I recircuits, and it says his since his debut, Dixon has featured on NXT house shows and NXT Level Up on a regular basis. Stone, on the other hand, has a match against Braun Breaker at Halloween Havoc on night 2 tonight, which we're going to be talking about that on the SNA podcast. But yeah, that's tonight. Make sure you check that out and the podcast out. It also says it'll be properly scheduled singles matches on WWE television. And what do you think about Robert Stone's former TNA tag partner, Kale Dixon? Like Kale Dixon being like the next Randy Orton in WWE. Y'all let me know down in the comments below. We're, we're gonna move on to the next news. We got some Drew McIntyre news now. Update on Drew McIntyre's WWE contract status, saying that Drew McIntyre is currently in the middle of a slow burn heel turn, like rhymed without probably not trying to, but said on Raw in recent weeks, with him set with him set to challenge Seth freaking Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship at Crown Jewel this weekend. Drew McIntyre being a focal point of WWE programming in recent weeks. His contract is still set to expire in early 2024. In an update in Fightful Select subscription required, it's recently reported that many top WWE stars with contracts expiring in 2024 have yet to be approached by the company. Fightful Select is not aware of whether or not Drew McIntyre has since been approached, but as of as as of now, he has still yet to have signed a new contract with the company. And it says right here, there has been some rumors online that he had resigned. He has signed, but that is not a true basis. Not new. That's not true based on what he and WWE have told people. McIntyre is the first major contract to come up in the TKO era of the re-signing talent to contracts, with him having less than 5 months left on his deal, uh, which is actually set to end ahead of next year's WrestleMania. It says other top WWE talent are set to have contracts coming up in 2024, including Becky Lynch and Sheamus. Will we will provide on Drew McIntyre's contract, as they become available. I mean, and they said also, yeah, according to this article, they said Becky Lynch and Sheamus are currently about to have expired contracts in the beginning of 2024, right before WrestleMania, just like Drew McIntyre. But it looks like they said they're probably gonna re-sign their deals. But I don't know about Drew McIntyre. That remains to be seen, because McIntyre is set to face Seth freaking Rollins for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship at this Sunday this Saturday at Crown Jewel. And who you think is going to walk out as champion? And most importantly, is Drew McIntyre going to stay in WWE, resign by the time of 2024? Or are they going to do the complete opposite, possibly what MJF is going to do? Go get a higher bid and jump ship. Y'all let me know down in the comments below. Notification for what? And we got some update on Vince McMahon's status for WWE Crown Jewel, and it says right here, is a report. A report has revealed an update on Vince McMahon's status for WWE Crown Jewel. WWE is heading back to Saudi Arabia for the 5th annual Crown Jewel event this Saturday, November 4th. It says right there, while many WWE stars were heading off to the country this week, executive chairman of the board, Vince McMahon, was seen out in Saudi Arabia over the weekend alongside The Undertaker. The duo was spotted the Tyson Fury versus Francis Ngannou boxing event, but some fans wonder if Vince McMahon would be sticking around for WWE show this Saturday. On Fightful Select subscription required, Vince McMahon and The Undertaker has returned home after being at the Fury versus Ngannou fight. And it says the report notes that the duo were planning to attending WWE Crown Jewel. They will have to they'll have to make a second trip. WWE Crown Jewel 2023 will be headlined by Roman Reigns defending the undisputed WWE Universal Championship against LA Knight. Yeah. Also, Drew McIntyre will challenge Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship. And Cody Rhodes will face Damian Priest. But yeah, what do you think about the former WWE chairman being at Saudi Arabia for the Fury versus Nagano match with The Undertaker? And also, what do you think about excuse me. What do you think about Vince McMahon being there and then he's possibly back at home, and also and same with The Undertaker? And do you think he's not going to show up at Crown Jewel, or do you think he's going to make a surprising appearance on the event? Y'all let me know down in the comments below. And who's your predictions on? I gave sort of my prediction from this earlier this week, like when I was doing the wrestling news. But comment down below y'all's predictions. Even though I should make a proper prediction, but we'll see about that. Like that remains to be done. But anyways, what? I'm gonna end today's wrestling news video as top WWE star gets to appear on Celebrity Jeopardy. And according to this news article, a top WWE star is set to compete on an upcoming episode of Celebrity Jeopardy, saying it was announced that Becky Lynch will be competing on the November 15th episode of the show, where she will compete against Macaulay Culkin and Rachel Dratch. Macaulay Culkin and Rachel Dratch. And it says right here, Becky Lynch is no stranger to appearing on game shows, with competing on WWE's crossover episode of Weakest Link and Celebrity Wheel of Fortune and Celebrity Family Feud. Becky lost her NXT Women's Championship on last week's Halloween Havoc Night 1 special episode of NXT, where she has defended by she was defeated by Lyra Valkyria. And it says Becky has since reflected on her loss to Valkyria on her time in NXT as a whole, which you can see here. Becky, it says Becky took jabs at numerous to top stars on last night's episode of Raw, including current Women's World Champion Rhea Ripley. It says tonight's Halloween Havoc Night 2 show, we'll see the big NXT title rematch between Ilya Dragunov and Carmelo Hayes. And there's her photo with Becky Lynch going to be the special guest of the special celebrity guest of Celebrity Jeopardy at November 15th. But what do you guys think about Becky Lynch's her next biggest opportunity in this celebrity game show, like Celebrity Wheel of Fortune and Celebrity Family Feud? But y'all let me know down in the comments below. I'm gonna end this video right here, right now, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the wrestling news video. I'm sorry it was a bit short. It was a little more than this, but I got some other business to take care of, like off camera, and hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. What was your favorite wrestling news on this list? Y'all let me know down in the comments below. And if you did like this video, make sure you give a huge thumbs up, subscribe, click the bell notification bell beside it, so you'll be up, so you won't miss the my notifications when I upload my upcoming videos. And I'm still gonna be making tonight. I'm gonna still be making the Night 2 Halloween Havoc event, latest edition of the SNA podcast. And also I'm gonna have my costume, my wrestling, my Super Ninja Austin custom made version of this certain wrestler I'm gonna dress up as for Halloween. Y'all gonna have to wait and see when I'm making my NXT review, and I'm gonna show you the whole figure of the costume. Hopefully you guys enjoy it, and it is with my SNA, my new blue SNA outfit, which I'm gonna be starting to wear that more and more often. I also have a purple custom made cape and mask. And I'm gonna be doing that when I'm making my SNA podcast videos. And yeah, I've been your host, Super Ninja Austin, on this latest episode 97 of the SNA podcast. And this was the Wrestling News Part 27 video. Hopefully, you guys enjoy. I'll see you all tonight on the NXT edition of the latest NXT edition, which is Night 2 Halloween Havoc, which will be talking about the match, like the North American Championship match with Dominic Mysterio against Nathan Frazier, and the main event match with Carmelo Hayes as challenger, taking on the new NXT champion Ilya Dragunov in the rematch for the NXT Championship match, the third match, which is the rubber match at the Halloween Havoc. And we also have the Creed brothers, like we said, with against the Los Lotharios, and more matches to come. And also, JC Jane and Thea Hale taking on Chelsea Green and Piper Niven for the Women's Tag Team Championship. Who do you think is going to win all these matches? Y'all let me know down below. And then they'll see you there tonight in half a dozen hours from now. Until then, Super Ninja Austin, the Assassin, is out. Bye-bye, everyone.